How to improve your listening skills. Listening skills are essential to leadership that's responsive, attentive and empathetic. Here's how to sharpen yours. We tend to pay a great deal of attention to our ability to speak. But considering all the noise concerning the importance of speaking, listening is virtually ignored. It can be argued that listening is every bit as important as speaking. Everyone desires to be heard and understood, and we reward people who provide us with those opportunities with our trust and loyalty. Welcome to the Wisdom Box. At the Wisdom Box, we are going to learn some tools and techniques to improve our skills. Do not forget to subscribe and like this channel if you're keen to learn life skills. Every Sunday we will launch a mini module to make you learn a new skill. Here are 15 ways to increase our listening abilities. 1. Make active listening fun. Children need to be taught that listening involves eyes, ears, and the heart. So, the first step to getting kids to listen is by reducing the number of distractions they are exposed to. Phones, video games and TV are a big no. Then get them to understand the full message, not just hear the words. The way you can approach this is to pepper your sessions with interactive activities to encourage listening skills. Some of the popular interactive games for honing listening skills range from Simon Says or Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Says pertaining to following instructions to Story Chain, predict what happens next in a story. You could also get kids to follow simple cookbook recipes, read aloud. Alternately, there has been much success in turning curricular subject matter into sounds and music, making it easier to learn and remember. 2. Participation is key to listening. Encourage kids to ask questions between sessions, or summaries each session at a designated time. Another way to ensure participation is by incentivizing kids to ask each other questions. So, in order to be able to ask questions, you need to have understood the subject matter. This way you know who is listening and who is not. But you also need to keep tabs on the fact that kids are not continuously badgering the speaker with questions. This defeats the purpose of the exercise. Remember, the focus is to listen actively. Asking of questions can happen at scheduled time slots. 4. Live in the moment. Have you ever been speaking to someone and found that they are distracted by something and not really listening to you? You probably thought this was annoying, frustrating, and disrespectful. At that point you may have even become angry or shut the conversation down. When someone is speaking, it is vitally important to be fully present and in the moment with them. If something else is on your mind, like a call you have to make, or a text you need to answer, let them know, do what you need to do, and when you are finished let them know you are ready to listen. When listening, pay attention not only to the words but the tone of voice, facial expressions, and body language. This will give you information that will be as important as the words themselves. 5. Put yourself in their shoes. Whether you agree with the speaker or even have an interest in what they have to say, what they are saying is important to them. Imagine yourself in their situation, wanting only to have someone listen to them. When they are speaking, make an effort to think of where they are coming from and why. Imagine what their life is like and what struggles they might be facing. People will appreciate that you made the effort to understand and really hear them. 6. Communicate active listening with mirroring. Further to the above tips on body language, it can be useful to mirror the posture of the person you're speaking to. While this can be obvious if taken to extremes, it is an excellent interpersonal skill that works at a subconscious level to convince your conversation partner that you are empathizing with them. Try small mirroring tricks, such as crossing your legs in the same direction as the other person or folding your hands in the same way. 7. Pick up key points and let the speaker know you did. Many people have trouble focusing on what someone is saying, especially if they speak for longer than a minute or so. It is easy for our attention to drift to something else that we might find more interesting. If that's the case, try to pick up a few key points in the conversation. After they finish talking, let them know that you heard them by mentioning the key points you heard them say and ask them to clarify anything that you did not understand. You will be forgiven for not being able to follow the whole conversation if the person talking believes that you made an honest effort. 8. Develop curiosity, and a desire for continuous growth. People who are naturally curious see conversations as learning opportunities. They are always looking to discover or learn something new and see everyone they talk to as having the potential to teach them something. They are open to the idea that their own way of seeing things may not be the only, or necessarily the best, way and don't feel the need to always defend their own point of view or way of seeing the world. These people are continuously looking for new learning opportunities and taking on new challenges. You will recognize these people as the ones who are signing up for courses, volunteering, and trying new experiences throughout their lives. For them, listening to others becomes an easy and natural way to continue on their self-development journey. 9. Ask open questions. Closed questions are ones that can be answered with a simple yes or no, while open questions are designed to promote longer, more thoughtful responses. When you ask closed questions, it can seem like you just want to get specific information from the other person, or that you only have limited time for them. On the other hand, open questions show your desire to engage in a proper discussion and your interest in getting into the speaker's mindset. 10. Listen with the text. Once you've read through the text a few times and looked up any words you didn't understand, you should be confident about its meaning. Next, I suggest listening again a couple more times while you read along with the text. This is the one time during the process that you're using oral and visual stimuli together, so take advantage of it. Try to connect the written words to the sounds and pay special attention to phrases or groups of words and how they're pronounced. If there were a lot of new words in the text you're working on, try breaking the audio down into smaller chunks as you continue to repeat it. Rather than repeating the whole recording at once, you can work through paragraph by paragraph if you prefer. I tend to repeat this step at least twice to help build connections between the written and spoken words. 11. Listen again without the text. Finally, go back and listen again a few more times without the text. By this point, you should be able to understand almost everything quite well even without the visual aid of the text. Over the next few days, it's good to listen back to the clip again whenever you have a chance. Download the recording to your phone so you can have a quick listen anytime you get a few free minutes. With each extra repetition, your comfort level will grow. Because you're now able to understand the words and phrases you studied without any visual aid, you'll also find it easier to recognize this vocabulary when it comes up conversations or in other recordings you listen to. 12. Listen and re-listen at different speeds. If beginner learners of any language can agree on one thing, it's this: language spoken at native speed is fast. Native speakers speak so quickly and fluently that learners often don't have the time to mentally break down the sounds, words, and meaning of what they're hearing, and even if they do manage it, the native speaker is usually on a whole other topic by then. To be able to listen to native speakers at normal speed, you can't just dive in headfirst and listen at full speed right away. Speed, like vocabulary, plays a factor in comprehensible input. Because of this, you will likely need to listen to slower, more comprehensible speeds first, before you can gradually ramp things up to native speed. When speaking to one or more native speakers, you can just politely ask them to slow down when they speak to you, or repeat certain details slowly. When listening to a recording, you can play it back at a variety of speeds, including 0.25x speed and 0.5x speed. The availability of playback options depends on which media player you are using, but free resources like YouTube, Audacity, and VLC Media Player all allow these kinds of speed adjustments. 13. Adopt an open posture. Another tool in your attentive listening skill set involves paying close attention to the way you're standing or sitting. For example, it's common knowledge that folding your arms, tapping your feet, or pursuing your lips are all ways of showing displeasure, impatience, or disinterest. In contrast, effective listening can be communicated by a soft, open posture. Keep your body loose, and consider leaning forward to demonstrate that you're eagerly taking in information. 14. Demonstrate your listening skills by paraphrasing. Paraphrasing and summarizing are both fantastic communication skills that help you to make sense of a speaker's points and also allow you to demonstrate that you are listening closely. For example, if your colleague talks for 5 minutes about her current difficulties on your shared project, you might try saying something like, "So, you're feeling very frustrated that your feedback isn't being taken into account, and you're hoping to organize our team in a way that facilitates more frank discussion." Although this sounds like a simple listening technique, it can really show that you get the other person. It can also go a long way toward preventing misunderstandings and misattributions. 15. Be patient. Listening skills, like all good things, take time to grow and develop. They depend on a wide variety of factors including time spent learning, the amount of listening done, and depth of vocabulary, none of which can be accomplished through shortcuts. The only way to improve your listening quickly is to be consistent. Practice every day, vary your materials, vary your activities, and interleave all of those things throughout your routine. If you can be consistent, and maintain such a routine for months, and years, you will find soon enough that your listening comprehension has grown exponentially. Do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel, if you like this video. At the Wisdom Box, we are committed to making you learn life skills to make you a better person. Please feel free to share it with your loved ones if you liked it.